YouTube. You have to hit go live twice.
Oh,
Yeah. Anyhow, so forget the Charlie horse thing. I just want to share that with you
I
personally.
feel like we are closer now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, look, again, I can I feel like I've got a pretty high pain tolerance. Um, I've been known to smash a finger. I've been known to scrape an elbow real bad and just kind of brush it off, be like, no big deal. And in fact, I remember when I was a kid, I was driving. I hopped on my bike and I didn't realize the back tire was a little flat. And I pulled out of my friend's yard and I hit the pavement and that tire caught weird. The flat tire in the back caught weird. And it was my old bike. I'd left it at the friend's house. I had a different bike that I was driving at the time. But real quick, I just had to jump on something and go wherever I was going.
You're one of those kids with two bikes. I got you.
This was an old bike that Fatty shouldn't probably have even been on. But I hit the pavement and it came out from under me and I scraped my elbow something fierce. I mean, like real bad road rash and everything. Well, I come walking around the corner of my friend's house in the backyard again. I'm like, man, I just cut my elbow real bad. And they're like, they just had this look of sheer fear on their eyes, like, how are you even not crying right now? Yeah, it's like, yeah. And so the house where we're at, his mom gets in there and washes it off and, tries to bandage me up. Then we go over to it. And so I'm good to go. And so we go across the street to the other friend's house and we're hanging out and his mom sees it. She's like, well, come here, let me do this, this, and this. So when I get home, I get in trouble because my mom found out from the other moms that they had to, doctor me, which they didn't mind. It was just like, I bet they just think I'm a terrible mother letting you get doctored by them.
As a parent, I can say the same. My boys come home like, what happened to you? Well, why didn't you tell me? Well, so-and-so's mom took care of us. Like, but how they think, I don't care. But it happened there, I don't care. There should have been some built-in sonar that brought me to your side to tend to your needs.
Right. Do you feel guilty? Is that what's going on?
You're like, oh, the whole neighborhood's going to like get pitchforks and come pull me out of my house.
Right.
I'm a bad parent.
Right.
I want my child to be mutilated by their bike.
I wonder if I should tweet this out.
I do
that we're doing this. I don't know how to do that though.
Geek Out Loud.
Geek Out Loud is on. I guess I could start playing that as the YouTube theme because I don't have.
Well, you're kind of new to the YouTube side of things.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, totally.
Okay.
Totally new to YouTube things.
Well, I saw you got how many subscribers now?
100 and something.
Hey,
yeah, doing well, doing pretty good. So, let me see how I can best get this link to share. And also, where's my phone? Okay, there we go. There it is. I'm calling this the Waxbox Thursday live stream, even though we don't know for sure if we'll be doing.
It's a Waxbox thing.
Right. So here we go. I'll just post this here, there, and everywhere. And because it's Thursday. And so let's emphasize on this. Let's just here we go. It's on the screen now. Superman the movie trading cards.
Nice.
Lucas came to my house the other day, by the way, because I forgot when everything didn't start right. I have with me my good friend Lucas.
That's right. I'm here.
And well, I'm here. So there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Deal with it. Or else.
Yeah, I'm here. Deal with it. And you came a couple of weeks ago to the house. You had a surprise, a geek surprise for me.
It was
and I don't like surprises.
No, I've spent enough time around you. I've listened to you, and I knew you didn't like surprises. I was like, oh, I'm going to come up with a surprise.
Right. Yeah, that's such a
surprise. So.
You're such a good friend.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But yeah, so you gave me a hint. You sent me a picture of your '89 Batmobile that you had, Toy Biz Batmobile that you had procured.
Yes.
And then you sent me a picture of the package that things came in. Now, when I saw the package that you'd sent, the picture of it, you said I didn't really have anything to scale it with to kind of see how big it was. But I did think, I'm like, did he get a box of Batman trading cards?
Right.
Well, you get to the house, and sure enough, it's in there. You're like, do you have any guesses before I open it? And I didn't want to make you sad by guessing right. But I did say, it looks like it's a wax box of Batman cards. And you're like, that's exactly right. And so you said you want to do Wax Box Fridays, but now that, everyone's kind of gotten unafraid of doing activities outside, you have stuff starting back up and all with baseball. So Fridays are kind of taken, but we still kind of want to do this.
Yeah, definitely want to do this on a somewhat regular basis.
Yeah, and I just thought it would be really fun to to do this on YouTube and have our friends from the Golaverse tune in and watch and hopefully chat along if they can, and as we do this now. I tried to, on an early video, go through a box of Marvel trading cards from the early '90s.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me.
And because I was pre-recording it, I wasn't doing the live thing. I got really bored, and I was afraid that other people too would be bored. And so, but now with this, I think this live action is going to work out pretty great because, first of all, look, this is a great box. I took off there was a plastic wrap around it that I took off earlier just to get the glare off from the lights. And the lighting is bad, but you can see, I mean, it really is a pretty well kempt box of Superman cards. Yep. Mm-hmm. And here on the back is an advertisement for Ring Pops and the new candy pop bottle. And apparently Topps made these things. I didn't know that. So, Superman the movie,
nice
trading cards.
So they go beyond just a simple gum. They go the Ring Pop and the pop bottle candy.
Well, you want a history lesson?
Always.
Great. Topps was a bubblegum company.
I did not know that.
And they packaged baseball cards in with their bubble gum to sell their bubble gum. And then they evolved into doing the baseball cards and just putting a stick of gum in with them because they found out kids were wanting the cards.
Okay.
And so they followed the money. Then as time goes on, and you get into these things, they started doing non-sports cards and stuff like that. And Topps had a lot of success a year prior with Star Wars. In fact, Star Wars had, I think, 5 series of cards. You had that original blue with the Starfield border. There was a red bordered set of cards, green, yellow, and orange borders. And I don't know what order they're in. So that's like blue, red, green, orange, yellow. So that's 5 sets. Yeah, that's 5 series from A New Hope.
Wow.
Because what they would do is they would do like, I think New Hope had 80-something cards, the first set. And then they were so popular, they're like, let's put out some more. And let's put out some more. And they'd have behind-the-scenes stuff and different pictures and everything. And so Superman got 2 series. Superman the movie, Series 1 and Series 2. This is Series 1.
Okay.
And then Empire had like 3 series, I think. Jedi had 2 series, a red border and a blue border.
All right.
So different, some more popular movies would have more things. And so Superman was a huge smash hit back in the day. Yeah. And so Topps did these things. So let's see. Let's see what's happening here.
What is it? I shared something on the old Facebook and tagged you, so maybe that's what's happening.
I don't know. Someone's saying it's in restricted mode, so I don't know what's going on there. They need to turn off their restricted mode, I guess. So, okay, here we go. Careful, Roth. The saying the deuce cast could trigger Steve. It doesn't trigger me at all, Michael Hynep. Is this the Lester cut or the Donner cut cards? This is the Donner cut card. So, let's bust into these things. I'm trying to track the chat and everything. So, what I'd like to be able to do is somehow not only open these bad boys up, but
This is such a cool image on the top.
Figure out how to. Yeah, and I don't know if I want to actually. It's so well kept. I don't know that I want to do the thing where you set up like a display. Yeah. So here's aren't these cool packs of cards?
Dude.
So there is a pack of cards, Superman cards. That is they all look the same. Each wax pack looks the same.
That's so cool.
So we're going to keep one for me and one for you out to not open.
Very good.
And so
can
we'll
I read here on the back what it says?
Yeah.
All right. So I said I would now. I have my old man glasses on here. Get a giant 21-inch by 27-inch color press sheet of all the thrilling scenes from Topps original Superman.
Oh, wow.
A real collector's item and dynamite. For only $250 plus 1 Superman wrapper. Got the address here on the back, so after we're done.
Well, I tell you what we may do
What's that?
is I may give it a look see on eBay and see
Okay,
if there's
see
any
what it
out
looks
there.
like,
Yeah,
yeah.
see if there's any out there for them.
Oh, yeah.
So
Allows 4 to 6 weeks for delivery.
I'm going to now. Let's see. We'll move this back here,
All right.
and I'm going to
Opening the first pack.
open the first pack
Here we
and
are.
see how we do here.
I'm just so excited.
This is fun
a
stuff.
Travel back in time.
Yeah,
Okay, so Superman 1 comes out what year?
1978.
Okay, I was 2,
Yeah,
and you were
1.
1.
Yeah,
Okay, we didn't see it in the movie theater probably.
no.
And we saw it
I
later.
I remember Superman from the ABC Sunday night movie.
Okay.
Is I believe where I first saw this. Now this is cool. This is something I don't think I've ever seen. Is the Superman stickers? They've got that.
One of those foil cards.
It does. It does. They've got a silver border there, and that's a great shot of him flying over Metropolis. Now it's got the gum stain on it, which we'll have to figure out how to.
We ran into that last time we opened the Batman card.
Right. Yeah.
Before we were like,
So, the other thing is some of these have on the back they have like the story of what's going on there, and then some have puzzle pieces. So
puzzle pieces.
yeah, so we've got a General Zod. We've got the Man of Steel in flight. That's a cool card right there. The youthful Lois Lane and her parents. Now, what's interesting is that's from the scene on the train.
Oh, so
When he runs by.
that. So
Yeah, well,
you
what?
don't know that until
Well, and you don't if you watch just the original theatrical cut of the movie.
okay.
But with the extended cut of the film, and I'm sorry about the glare, everyone. I don't have great lighting in here for this kind of stuff. With the original cut of the film, let's see how I can do this.
Just right here.
They cut away, but in the extended cut, she says, "Hey, I just saw a boy running by the train," and the mom is sitting there. That's actually Lois Lane from the Superman
Oh.
black and white TV show.
That's cool.
And she says, "Lois Lane, you have a writer's gift for invention." And then the dad says, "Lois, read your book, honey." He is the Superman from those original series, Alan somebody, who played where it was black and white, and so he'd be Clark Kent, and then when he goes to fly, they do a cartoon Superman, those old animated serials, yeah. So, Soaring Above the City.
Nice.
That's a good one. And so, first appearance, Action Comics,
Nice little
number
throwback
38,
there.
yeah. Marlon Brando as Jor-El. Valerie Perrine as Eve. That's a Miss Tessmacher
Yeah.
deal.
That's my car.
And this one is actually not centered super well. The bottom is cut very weird
Oh yeah.
on that. And that's old. I mean, that's tops from back in the day.
I'm trading baseball cards days.
Superman to the rescue, a card, and there is Observing Landing of a Spaceship. That is the title of that card.
That's a great title.
Observing the Landing of a Spaceship. And this is the spaceship blast off. So
So am I seeing right? The numbers are on the front.
the numbers are on the front, so it's going to be really easy to sort these out. And I thought we might try to sort them as we go to see
Okay.
if we
Kinda
get
do
one.
our
So
stacks. Okay.
yeah, so while you open that one, I'll get some stacks
Alright,
over here
very
started.
good.
So
we do
yeah,
this one pack at a time. Is this what we're
well
doing?
we can go a little faster,
Okay,
but
fix
once
it
I get
back.
started, but I just thought we'd kind of get things set up to show off.
Yeah.
Um,
All right, you'll have to help me because I can't see where my hands will fall.
okay,
All right, so
you'll just come in this general area
right
here.
There we go.
Oh, that's a
Nice
now
sticker
that
on
looks like I'm going to tell you something straight up. That looks like the Star Wars stickers from the
Yeah, it
70s.
does,
I mean, it
yeah.
really does those original Star Wars
Yeah,
stickers.
So what we've got here, portrait of Clark Kent. Nice.
Looking good, Clark.
All right. Oh, look, adopting a space child.
That's right after observing the landing of a spaceship, I bet.
The parallelism is just so good.
We can say he's my cousin's son, recently orphaned
Oh yes, was it South or North Dakota? Which one?
from North Dakota, recently orphaned.
Oh, well, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, Gene Hackman as Lex Luthor. Here we are. One of his many wigs, I guess you could say, worn.
So the thing about this movie
Oh,
is,
let's bring back that light.
yeah, in Otis as in Nimrod, no, M as in moron.
Nefarious plan of Lex Luthor.
Land. Land.
Land.
Mr. Luthor,
Luthor.
I'm sorry. Land.
Heralds of the big city. There we are.
That's the mug shot. Now, the mug shot. That is the mug scene. Wonder Woman, the movie Wonder Woman. They paralleled that scene in Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I thought that was really neat, and I think I heard somewhere that it was meant to be a direct parallel to that scene.
That makes sense. I mean,
Superman
you
the
got
movie.
the guy just doing the little finger. Hey, you, come here.
Yeah, come here, come
And
here.
Lois is like, let's just leave. Let's just leave. And it's like, no, Lois, I think we ought to go where he goes. And then dude is just, Clark he's playing up, obviously.
Right.
He's nobody. And then he takes that shot, catches it. Then
That's awesome.
Oh, no.
That is so
And he
awesome.
just kind of throws it out.
Yes.
All right, Lois Lane thanks Superman. Oh.
That's at the end.
Yeah, after he changes time.
Yeah. So,
All right, let's keep moving here. Rescued by the Man of Steel. Here we are again. It's where after he's rescued and Jimmy comes. Why you just leave me out in the middle of nowhere?
and here's another thing that's really common. Like, a lot of these scenes come directly almost from the same scene. And you're almost like, why did they do 2 cards of this? Why didn't they just kind of stick with 1 card and do some other cool shots? But, I mean, they did the same with Star Wars. There were Star Wars cards that almost looked identical when you go back to back with them. And it's like, oh, okay.
Destruction of a world in space.
Oh,
Wonder where that is.
it's Krypton.
Oh, is that what that is, Krypton?
Krypton.
Oh, this is a cool one. The Might of Superman.
Yes. Oh, I do like that one.
That is a smooth
That's a
card.
classic like promotional shot
I
too.
like that.
So,
Oh,
and
well,
there's
yeah.
a match. We got a match
We got a
already.
match.
Got a match already. Got a what we call a double.
General Zod.
So if you want to slide those over here, I'll stack those while we go through and open some. But I want to ask you,
Right.
have you watched Superman lately? The
I did.
first movie? Yeah.
I knew we were doing this, so I watched it the other night. Now, it was the original theatrical release, so
Mhm.
I did that. So, you want me to sort mine on my side? That way
I can do it over
Okay.
here. Yeah, that way we can kind of keep talking and everything, and I'll just kind of.
So I watched it
And as you come
recently.
across anything super cool like this one, Heroic Stranger from another.
Nice.
That's a
another good
great,
one.
yeah. Great still shot. I don't know how to make this thing focus up well. Worst live stream ever. I'm working on lighting and stuff, everyone, to do this stuff with. Jarrell and Laura's final moments. How much did you watch this movie as a kid? Were you able to get
I
your
watched
hands
it
on
all
it?
the time as
Yeah.
a kid. We had a copy, I guess, at the house because I watched it pretty religiously.
Mm-hmm.
This scene was we were watching it the other night with Jarrell and Laura.
Mm-hmm.
She's going pessimistic. He'll be an outcast. He's
Right.
Like, oh, but he'll be awesome.
Yeah, he's going to be the most incredible
He'll
man.
Be a god.
He'll never be alone.
Oh, but he won't have any friends. Oh,
Who cares?
He'll just blast him with his laser eyes.
He won't be alone.
No,
He'll never be alone.
never.
It's like, what are you talking about? This movie is one of those
Oh, look at there.
foundational movies of my
Awesome
life.
soap.
So we've gotten Clark, Lois, and Jimmy
All
now.
right, he's been goosed here in this photo.
Yeah.
obviously. Let's just call it what it is. Schemes to destroy Superman.
So as you go,
Oh, here we go. This is a good one.
yeah,
Protector of the peace.
that's a good
Yeah.
promotional image there.
Is that the same as the one with the flag in the background?
No, because his hands are
Oh,
by
yeah,
his side
yeah,
instead of behind him.
Yeah.
The one with the flag in the background is one of those just common images that I remember seeing all the time back in the 80s
Lois
and
Lane
everything.
Now, what is this? Is this right after the mugging? Because she's not when she's falling off the helicopter or out of the helicopter.
That looks like, yeah, when she's like Clark, yes,
Oh, okay.
that's at the mugging.
Head over Metropolis. Here we go.
So when you look at this movie though now, and I've watched what I watched over this past week was a version I haven't seen ever that I know of, was the 3-hour extended version of
Oh,
it.
I don't think I've seen it.
And it has, I mean, like, you totally understand why certain things are cut out when you watch it, because they're just some little bits. Like, there's a moment in the beginning before things blow up where one of those Kryptonian guards, you know what I'm talking about, the helmets with the square eyes on them.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
We really only see them, if you only watch the original theatrical cut, I think you only see them in Superman 2 at the very beginning when they break the red rod.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Alert. And this dude is running to Jor-El's chambers, and it's making a sound. And as he's going there, things blow up, and you see through the dark squares, and his eyes are like, ooh, super wide and freaked out about things. Oh, thank you. And so so it's little things like that. And like, yeah, it's a good thing they cut this out.
Yeah, you got those with every movie.
Yeah, but there's a little bit more in Smallville at the high school. You know, him talking to Lana.
Okay.
And then it has the stuff. Did you ever see the special edition that was released back in 2001 or 2, maybe 3? Maybe it was like the 25th anniversary of Superman.
Know. Is there what distinctives are in it?
Well,
that's a cool.
that's a fun sticker. Yeah, that's a good sticker.
So those are stickers. They so look like those foil cards.
Yeah, they really do. Yeah. Now this is one in this blue box back here. I have this one. This is a card that I know as a child that I've had. There's old youthful Lois Lane. Anyway, there's a gauntlet he runs with Luthor when he's going down to Luthor's lair.
I have seen that.
Yeah, yeah.
So when I was watching the other one, the other night, I was expecting that again. I thought, oh, I must be watching a different version. So, yeah, that's an awesome scene with the bullets and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So
they've got some great shots of Superman in these cards. I'm sorry, they really do. Yeah, the bullets. And then I'm looking at that. I'm like, why in the world would you ever cut that? You know, from the. And Richard Donner even says, I don't know why we cut this.
Did he go through fire as well?
Goes through fire, gets frozen.
Yeah.
When he gets frozen, they use like a model of him that is kind of a similar model to what's in the molecule chamber in Superman 2. You know how his face gets all pasty and weird, and as he's just kind of standing there going through all the stuff. But dude, like this movie set the standard for superhero movies to come.
Just to give there's the gum.
Oh yeah, we hadn't really shown off the gum, have we?
Steve will eat a piece in a little while.
No, I won't.
Come on,
It just turns to powder in your mouth.
I know I ate one from the
Oh, you
Batman
did do
set.
that, didn't you? That's
You're like,
right.
Don't do it, man. Oh.
I tried to tell you.
Oh, this is a cool one.
Oh, that is a great one.
Yeah.
I hope we can get some of those gum stains off of it, though. That's the. But I mean, like even like when you get to the MCU and everything, there's still Marvel movies that are judged by Superman. Like they're put up to, did this do for this character what Superman did for Superman?
Rocking the Superman curl right there. That is so cool. Can I just say, Christopher Reeve is Superman.
Right.
I mean, I remember as a kid watching some other movie he was in, had Michael Caine. I'm trying to think.
Was it Somewhere in Time?
No.
What is the movie where he's a bad guy and he's
It's
paralyzed?
I think it is. Is it called Somewhere in Time?
No.
But the whole movie I watched as a kid is Any Moment.
Any moment he's gonna. Yes.
Superman.
Oh, dude, there was a mini series that came on TV called Chiefs, back in the '80s, and it had Billy D. Williams.
Okay.
And I just kept expecting like a Lando reference or something. The only reason I watched it is because Billy D. Williams.
There's a Lion King moment right here.
And there's one point where he's in the bad guy's yard and he's like, "There's a graveyard here. I can smell it, or I can feel it in my bones." And so it's like,
"Come on, Lobot, let's figure it out."
Yeah.
Oh, this is a cool one.
I'm Chief Billy D. This is my deputy Lobot. Hands on the hips.
Nice, I like it. With my action figures, I can never get that just right.
Oh yeah, no, right, yeah. Well, and that's the thing, like,
amazing.
Like Superman.
It's like, don't mess with me. Do you know who I am?
Like the way he portrayed Superman so earnestly.
Goose Part 2.
Goose Part 2. The way he portrays Superman is so earnest.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, it shouldn't work, but it does. It works so well. He takes it so seriously and so earnestly. In fact, that's one of the things that Richard Donner said, you know, they really focused on in the Superman production is, you know, like, there's one of those cool foil stickers with him coming right out of the camera. I really do like that. Let's see. I think we've seen some of these.
Brown. I don't think
yeah, it's not good, but at least it's not sticking to the
That's true.
to the stuff.
It leaves a good mark.
Oh, here we go.
The stickers.
That's a cool one.
It's always good. Oh, that is cool.
I'm trying to.
For some of the packs, I've noticed that they flip the sticker, so it gets on the back.
Right, and I appreciate that. Yeah.
As opposed to the other.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, no,
I'm just kind of going through what's cool.
No, you hadn't opened those.
I did,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm just trying to find some cool. Like I think we've seen that one.
All right, sounds good.
Let's see if it won't focus up
Oh,
for me.
this is good one. Paying a call to Lois Lane. He's banging on the door.
Oh my gosh,
The dude
that
was
was
artist.
Look, okay, that whole thing, if you go back and watch, when he takes off from the balcony, there's not a cutaway. It's a one shot following her from the balcony into there's that observing the landing again, into the living room to the door where he's banging on the door. And it's one shot and he's gone and then he's back. He's there at the door. And it's just because what they do, what she's looking at when she says goodbye, they did that rear projection thing where so she's watching something they'd already filmed and saying goodbye to him as he takes off. And so they're able to film that and then turn around and just have him at the door. And it's movie magic, But what's most magical about that whole scene is he's getting ready to tell her that he's Superman while she's getting changed. And dude,
voice is changing.
The way voice changes, the way he straightens up, like everything. Like you believe that Clark Kent can fool people, Just right there's the stack. So I haven't sorted those yet. You believe that Clark Kent can fool people because Christopher Reeve did this role so stinking well. And it's just like there's a reason that so many people from our era, of our age, there's another cool Superman sticker. That this is our definitive Superman. That this is our this is our definitive Superman movie. This is a definitive.
See them later in Superman 2.
Superhero movie. I like that. Where he's coming around the screen.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't get this thing to focus up well.
Yeah, maybe going berserk.
What I need is better lighting, and I get that, everyone. So please, save your no. So please just say.
You need to get one of those selfie light. Have you seen those? It's like a ring.
Yeah.
I wonder if that would make a difference.
It would. It would.
No, this is cool. He shows up in his office right after he's run the gauntlet, and then you bust the door and he goes, "Oh, the door's open. Come in."
Yes, it's open. Come in. My attorney will be reaching out to you about the. Let's see here.
A lot of great cards. I mean, most of them. Yeah.
This is a cool one just because it really is a black background. Like there's white stuff there, but this really looks more like a shot of a prop than anything. So, and that's what I loved about. Yes, that's what I loved about these old trading cards is you got to relive movies over and over again because it was before the days of VHS. It was before we had, of course, digital stuff and everything. And so like you would have these trading cards and all these images, you'd relive the movies, you saw things that you might not have seen in the movies.
Have we seen that one yet?
I don't know. I'm getting confused on the stickers because a lot of them are great pictures of Superman.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Oh, Superman.
Superman.
I like these stickers like portrait of a man with a curl. With a spit curl.
The spaceship that's landed.
Oh yeah. Has he got it? He's got his little shirt wrapped around in there, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, so they added that.
Let's talk about one of the most uncomfortable moments in cinema history is when the little boy's like standing there buck naked, reaching up.
For card purposes, they add the red sash.
Reaching up to the Kents there.
There it is. Back to adopting a space child. One happy family.
This is another one that I know that I have in the blue box of my childhood collection. Superman, Cape Wonder stuns city. He makes the headlines.
Yeah.
Again, I can't get this thing to focus up. What if I get closer? No further. I don't know. Sorry, everybody.
We're trying. Here's Otis.
Mr. Luthor.
Mr. Luthor, we're going to Otis.
Mr. Luthor, I'm sorry. Now, here we go. I just had the portrait of Superman. This is a portrait of a hero. I think you showed this one.
Oh, with the curl?
Yeah, yes. Spit curl. Like he's rocking that thing.
It does have a good look.
Is there a better scene in cinema than the helicopter?
Oh yes.
I mean,
I've got you.
Who's got you? Yeah.
I knew it.
of course, watching the Superman the movie earlier in the week put me down a rabbit hole.
Oh.
So I had to watch Superman 2.
Well, see, I went the other direction. I watched Man of Steel.
Wow.
Should have went your road.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Man of Steel, but it's so slow.
It's slow. The moment I don't want to get on. I want to continue
Let's
to.
focus.
I want to continue. Yeah. Let's emphasize on this.
Oh, go ahead.
Let's emphasize on that.
Ooh.
That's a cool shot right there.
Here's a sad moment. Passing of Jonathan. Now let's talk here just. For a
Please,
moment
I want to.
about time. Is that what we do?
Emphasize on that for a minute,
Okay.
Lucas. Emphasize on that.
So, okay. Like I said, I recently watched the movie. 3 years of his life is coming to Earth, okay? He leaves
Right.
Krypton, 3 years it takes for him to get there. And I'm sure there's someone in the chat here that can help us with space and time and all this. He's 18 years old. Jonathan Kent passes away. He dies. Heart attack, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All because Clark said, raise me, Dad. But that's another story. I mean, there's a lot of guilt.
Look, if we all get mad in Man of Steel because he doesn't save his dad from the
He
tornado,
challenged him to a
he
race.
challenged him to a race in
Fastest
Superman the
man
movie.
alive. I don't
Yeah,
care what you say about Flash. Fastest man alive challenges to a race. Man dies. Okay.
guilty, guilty.
So he's 18. The crystal beckons to him.
Yes,
He
it
goes-
called to
Oh,
me. Yeah, that's what he
called
says.
him. Sorry, I'll use the right term.
That's what he says. He says
I'm not
he
like
tells
that
Lois,
yet.
he's like, it called to me.
So it calls to him. He's 18. He goes to wherever.
Mm-hmm.
I assume it's Antarctica.
No, it's the North Pole, man.
Okay, oh, that's right. I forgot I saw the elves. in
North. Oh, he even tells his mom. She's like, "Where you headed? North."
Okay, that's right.
And he goes way north.
So he goes way north. Throws the crystal. Fortune
Mhm.
is born. Meets Jor-El for the first time.
Yes.
12 years later.
12 years later.
I mean, that's, we've talked about this stuff with the pandemic.
Mhm,
Kids been homeschooled. That's a long homeschool.
That's a homeschool session to end
And
all
there was no
homeschool
digital
session.
what was
Yeah.
there? I mean, maybe they were advanced. I mean, they were.
Well, I mean, they
Were
broke the
primitive.
bonds of Earth and saw Krypton, as it were.
So, 12 years later, so when he shows up on the scene in Metropolis,
He's 30. Mm-hmm.
All right. Or as he told Lois,
Now, you know-
older than 21.
You know why they're doing that. You know
Why?
why. You know why that's the thing. Well, because they're trying to make a Christ figure out of him.
Oh, yes, of course.
So he comes on the scene at 30.
Which, I mean, I could go down that rabbit hole.
Sure.
But then when he gets to, when he shows up at the Fortress of Solitude the first time before his 12-year homeschool, Jor-El tells him, basically this image is thousands of years old.
Right.
So
yeah.
I'm like, okay.
He says by the time,
But by
many
the way
thousands.
you measure time,
Right.
this is
Thousands of
about-
years would have passed.
So I'm having a hard time. I've not been able to sleep.
Well, Lucas,
Can I just tell you?
I think number one, you got to realize that you had people writing who knew nothing about physics.
What? You mean spinning the Earth backwards? You could
Right. Right. Let's
Oh,
see. Let's
sorry.
move this in so there's actually something cool to look at
Oh,
here.
yeah, besides my hands.
Well, no, so we can just kind of see our progress here.
Oh, yeah. We're
Oh man, I like that one. Facing incredible odds. He doesn't look like he's facing incredible odds there. He looks like he's posing for Superman GQ.
It's incredible. Yeah. Maybe he's looking. He's like, I've got these.
I thought this. You know what? I had the same thought the other day, and I've always, of course, known.
There he is. He leaps into action. I wouldn't have known what he was
Yes.
doing if I hadn't had that.
It looks like he's landing from
It's
action.
like, aha! Not that you can see my hand move up.
I've never thought about it until I was a grown up watching these movies. But when he says many thousands of years would have passed, But now is it have to do with he traveling at light speed from that galaxy? And when you travel at light speed, there's something about the theory of relativity where
Parsecs?
I think he made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs.
I'm rounding down.
Well, look,
Gary.
let's emphasize on that.
Yeah.
The Kessel Run. No, I think it's a thing where, like, if I left the Earth right now
Okay.
and I was traveling at light speed,
By the way, awesome launch the other day.
and I went to
Those
the
flat
nearest,
earth
I went to the nearest star to us. When I got back, I would be the same age, or I would be whatever time it took me to get there and back.
Sure.
That age, you would have aged an extraordinary amount between that time. That's the theory. That has something to do with the theory of relativity.
So now we think again, timeline. They
Mm-hmm.
find that. Okay.
I think so. I don't know. I mean,
So
like,
I'm thinking Man of Steel now. Okay, maybe, and forgive me.
but then
The sticker we've had that.
But then what happens is,
Ooh, this is a cool shot.
where did I see? What was I watching? Because, as I said, it led me down a rabbit hole where I watched Superman 2,
Yeah.
and then of course I had to watch Superman 3.
That's my guy.
But somewhere in there they mentioned that it blew up in 1948. I think they said that in Superman the movie. I think that,
Yeah, they did say it in 1948.
and so then many thousands of years haven't passed. I think they were just being sharp. I think they were just trying to be sharp and be like, this is science fiction. You know what I mean? Like,
He's beginning to run the gauntlet here that is not found in the regular release.
oh, is he really?
Yeah, isn't that it?
Yes.
I had
Yeah.
another one earlier where he's coming out of some ice-like stuff.
That would definitely be.
Oh, have we had this one yet? The
I don't-
All-American Hero?
No.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Is that number one? Card number one?
It is number 63.
Wow, that's strange.
Wow. That is
Come
a
on up
cool
with it
card.
a little bit.
That deserves to be in hard plastic. That's a hard plastic.
It does if I don't have it. You know, if we don't get the set, if we get the set together and have a double,
That's right. That's the next thing.
that's a good one to display on the wall right
Now,
there.
did you say you have some of these? So if we got some gaps, you
They're
can
not
fill.
in good. They're not in good shape.
Okay.
They're cards that I carried around with me as a child,
Oh.
along with my Empire Strikes Back cards.
Gotcha.
So
Let's see. I'm gonna eat a piece of gum. Can I just tell
why would you do that? Why would you do that to
you?
yourself,
It's right here.
Lucas? Don't
It's over 40 years old. How many people do you know have eaten a piece of gum over 40 years old
don't do that to
that are
yourself.
still alive?
What color underwear is she wearing?
I can't see through this lead planner. Oh, pink.
Hmm.
What?
Now I've
Underwear.
now I've
Oh,
embarrassed you.
embarrassed you. Look, he's got like a floating head. I love that look from Marlon.
Marlon Brando. I let Marlon's best when he's a floating head.
We'll just leave that.
Soul Survivor.
Oh, there's the family, the original family. You know, that's the thing too. Is I watched the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is black and white, as far as just the color
Mm-hmm.
scheme,
Mm-hmm.
except the cloth they've got Kal-El wrapped in. It's
Mhm.
of course
The red, blue, and yellow.
Yeah. And it's just like, okay, I wonder what they're gonna do here. Obviously.
I like how they used his I like how they used his blanket. You know, it's subtly there, but like in the comics, you know, his suit is made from his baby blankets
Right.
that came, you know, in the old school comics.
Oh,
But so they
sorry,
didn't
that-
focus
show
on
that
it.
one.
No, I like that sticker though. So they didn't focus on that, but you can, if you watched, and yeah, his blankets are there. They're red, yellow, and blue, and
Have you
And-
been showing puzzle pieces?
I have not
So
shown
that's
any
what some
puzzle
of the
pieces
backs
yet.
of 'em- What's on the other side? Ooh, that's it. That's where the helicopter starts.
So we still haven't got a card number one that's come through our
Alright.
fingers.
I haven't been looking at the number, so I'll be more conscious of that.
It's all right. I got really excited about opening things, and we'll just have to keep
We gotta
everyone
go
in.
through our certain.
Yeah, we'll just have to keep everyone in suspense if we got a.
We find card number one. You will be made aware.
Well, if we got a full set or not.
That's ready
But,
for action. There he is. Ready for action. We're making a dent in this box. It's almost saddening.
So it is really sad. So, but I mean, they're getting tons of doubles here.
Wing freak. Oh, wrong movie.
Anyhow, if this is, I want.
Now, son, you were showing off here. Now, weren't you? No, Dad.
Now this is. Oh, here we go. Yeah, did you show this one, the Trial by Fire?
No. Oh, I showed the ice one.
Yeah. Okay. So see, the gauntlet's there, but it wasn't in the original movie. It's in these cards. So obviously that was a late cut.
Lots of those Superman logos.
A daring rescue. He has more conversations with Jimmy Olsen in the big extended version because, like, he picks him up to save him from the dam,
Yeah.
and so while they're flying, he's like, "Go ahead, shoot it," because Jimmy's got his camera, so
I
he
don't remember that.
he encourages him to get the
I need to
pictures.
find that and watch it again.
So I watched Superman 3, and I
Oh,
watched
you
a little bit of
Superman
Superman.
3 as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
and I started watching a little bit of Superman 4, which I defend. I'm a defender of Superman 4.
I thought you didn't like Superman 4.
Everyone doesn't like Superman 4, but I defend it.
Okay, go ahead. Quest for Peace.
That's right. But then I popped in Superman Returns, and I'm a fan of Superman
Oh,
Returns.
I like it as well.
Here's one of those guards I was talking about. If I can get him to focus up, the military police there.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
As
Something like Tron, maybe. Even.
but as I'm watching, you know, and I mentioned earlier the helicopter scene, you know, being one of the greatest things in cinema. The airplane scene in Superman Returns.
Oh,
Like-
like the ball field.
Yeah, like I
Oh,
want to
that's
love
so
it. I
cool.
want to love it as much as the helicopter scene, and as awesome as it is, and it is awesome.
Yeah.
I just don't love it as much as the helicopter scene. Still,
Well, it's
you know.
the helicopter scenes for us when we first saw. I mean, outside of the early stuff.
Right.
Superman on the big
Oh, sure.
screen. So
What I love about the airplane scene in Superman Returns though is the end when he's standing there as he comes back out and the music starts to swell up
the place erupts.
and everyone play and that little boy cups his hands over his mouth and he goes Superman.
Yes.
And I'm just like, well, the first time I saw that in the theater, like I welled up. I'm like, he is back, young man.
Did you go to the premiere of that movie?
Yeah. I don't know if I went on opening weekend for
Okay.
sure.
Did you get the newspaper?
No.
So I went to the premiere. We were living in the Nashville area at
Mm-hmm.
the time. Went to the premiere, and they were handing out newspapers from the Daily Planet that said Superman Returns on it. Such a cool paper. But yeah, that was a classic moment in that movie. Now that in timeline, it's after Superman 2, correct?
Yeah. It's a spiritual sequel to, they say, Superman 2, but they kind of forget about Superman 3 and 4, they say. I've been asked, were my cards in a lunchbox or a cigar box as a kid? Michael, my cards were in a blue tackle box.
You're all about tackle boxes.
I know. Well, this is just really weird that it was in this, but like a child's or maybe it's not a tackle box. Maybe it's like a little school kit. I know. I think it's a tackle box. It is a Plano tackle box, cheapy little plastic box. And of course, I've had this thing for years. I'll show it before we go on the camera. Molded plastic chairs, molded to your well-fed behinds. So, dude, I can't get over the fact that I've not found a card number one
Not either. No,
at all, and that's
it.
going to be. That is going to be the bane of this set. We're not going to get a whole set, and
We can't start with one.
and what I'm going to end up doing is opening the pack that I've set aside for myself.
Single digits, honestly.
Yeah, well, all of these with just them on it,
Okay.
like that.
Maybe you open them all this. Yeah.
You've opened some.
I don't.
I know you have. A lot of this sticker coming through with the silver S shield.
In the bottom of the box, man.
I know we're there.
Oh,
We're there.
my heart aches.
This is what I love.
This is so cool. Because I mean, you're taking back
Mhm.
time when you look at. You're thinking of the movie. You're thinking about when you had these cards. Now, granted, like I told you, sports cards are where I was as a
Right.
kid.
Yeah.
I did have the Batman '89 set,
Mhm.
or did collect them, and that was cool to be able to sit down and do that with you last time. Granted, we weren't recording that, but that
No.
spawned the birth of this.
That spawned this, and I'm like, well, we're going to do this, and then we'll improve as we go along.
yeah.
We'll do things differently as we
Actually,
can.
I've got a single digit here, but not number one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's another single digit. Well, usually those first ones are introducing the character, person.
Right.
That's Clark Kent as Superman.
Maybe
Or is that? What is that over there?
this is number 2 is Christopher Reeve as Clark Kent.
I bet it's Christopher Reeve as Superman.
Number 3 is Margot Kidder as Lois Lane. Number 4 is Zooming Across the Sky,
Alright.
as you see there. Number 5 is Valerie Perrine as Eve Tessmacher. Number 6 is Ned Beatty as Otis, Ned Beatty, I should say. Number 7 is Jackie Cooper as Perry White. I don't have number 8, not in this little.
Have you done Gene Hackman already?
No, not yet. I
I've
think
seen
he's
it.
a number
He's-
10.
He's here.
And then number 9 is Susanna York as Laura.
Ooh.
So,
Ha
did you get it?
Here you are, my friend.
All right, the next to last pack. There he was.
Number 1.
Thank goodness. Come on a little bit lower
There
with
you
it.
go.
There
How
you
about
go.
it, buddy?
Nice. That's a good one, by the way, too. I like
Stinks,
that.
you only got one.
I know. That means you're not going home with a set.
Oh.
Because the way we're going to do this is as we go through and find out if we've got a whole set,
All right, you feet are out. Yep, we're
as we go through and make sure we've got the whole set, whoever the next most of them will go. Person will take the doubles home that gets closest to the full set next. So I think we may have, because I feel like I've seen most of these twice.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much every pack up until that point, it was a lot of doubles. I'm so
Yeah.
thankful we got the number 1 now. That's
As am I. As am I. So,
I'm fixing to do it.
do you want to be on camera to do that?
No, I'll just
Okay.
describe this event.
All right. So,
So I'll show you this gum. probably was originally pink.
Do you have anything to wash it down?
I've got your thermos over here.
There's nothing in there.
Is that not from 1983?
It is. It is. It is an Ewoks thermos.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just going for this. So
Oh,
it
man.
does have like a brown look to it, at least in
Mhm.
my lighting. So
It's
here we go.
it's pretty ugly. So there's the
It's not-
Superman.
It's not as crispy as the Batman '89.
Really?
No,
It seems to be actually chewing there. Is
chewing.
it not disintegrating in your
no,
mouth?
just a tad bit.
Yeah. How's it taste? Does it taste like the old Topps gum?
Yeah, it tastes like the old Topps gum.
Wow. That's a taste that brings me back.
Now it's gone. Now, I mean, it did get to the disintegration.
It
stage.
just is gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
He gone.
I think I'm gone.
Oh. Someone who knows CPR,
I
quick.
could probably do another piece, but
No, there's
I
no
would
sense in it.
challenge you to do a piece.
You what?
I challenge you.
I don't do challenges.
What are you, chicken?
Yeah, I sure am.
Come on, Marty.
No, I sure am. I don't want to do challenges.
No.
I love.
What does the chat have to say about this? Should Steve eat a piece of gum?
No, I don't do what people tell me to do.
I think it's
I don't do
not.
it.
I mean, granted, I'm on all kinds of medication, so this could affect that. But this is a different story.
So here, let's see what we got here. Steve's a big fisherman.
Yes, Fisher of men.
Anyone been to Metropolis, Illinois?
Yes, I have been there.
Oh, really?
Yes, the big statue and everything.
Yeah.
Super cool. Yes.
Cool.
I should have had some photos you could have put in the feed.
Michael Nip says we stopped there on Route 66 trip when the little people from the Wizard of Oz was there signing autographs, and then Jacob says, "Then you found $20."
We went one weekend, it was Superman weekend or something, and the place was jam packed. So a guy was dressed as Superman.
Yeah.
Did not need to be dressed as Superman. Wonder Woman and Batman were there. The boys loved it. I have
Yeah.
two boys and they loved it. But Superman, he should have dressed some clothing issues.
I love this wax pack, man. I love the design of the pack.
That is cool.
It's multicolored. And this is something like if you look at the old Star Wars A New Hope packs, they were kind of similar. Like they had some color to them. It wasn't just like one or two colors of the thing, and these would pop on the shelf to me if I were a kid and seen these. You know, like I'd have been dropping. How much were they? 25 cents, 20 cents for a pack of cards. Can you imagine 20 cents for a pack of cards?
Dude, we'd be buying boxes like crazy if we, had the means that we had.
Here's what a geek I am.
Okay.
Here's what a fool
Fly your flag at this
I'm
point.
about to. I was thinking the other day, if I had a time machine, okay, of all the things I could do with a time
So
machine,
are we talking Michael J. Fox time machine, or are we talking Scott Bakula time?
we're talking Michael J. Fox.
Okay.
I'm not leaping from person to person, hoping that my next leaps will be home. No, I am leaping. I am in a car, going from time to time and interacting.
So you're in control.
Yes.
Okay.
I would go to the late 70s, early 80s. I would buy vintage Star Wars stuff.
Oh yeah.
I would buy trading cards like this, and I would just bring them all back to the future with me. And
For
just
your own collection.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
yeah,
That'd be cool.
that's what a nerd I am. That's what a geek like that. Like
I would go back and change time.
of all the wondrous
Share with
things,
someone not to step in the road and get run over.
of all the
I'm gonna
wondrous,
buy action
of
figures.
all the wondrous things you could do with a time machine, what does Steve do? He buys action
But
figures.
here's the thing: you would have to make sure that you had the right currency.
Right.
So
Right. Yeah.
Probably credit cards is out. I don't
Sure.
know. When did we adopt the use of credit cards?
It was a long time ago, but they used to
I need
just
to do sorting. Sorry.
they used to just swipe those things, and be done with it, like over the little carbon copy paper thing.
Oh yes.
So-
do we need to show them something to look at while we're doing that?
Well, I've got the box there, and I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible to see if
So
we
we're
can.
sorting.
Yeah. So I've got 1, 2, 3,
I know the
4,
suspense is that
5,
how many are in the
6,
set?
7,
Know how many cards?
maybe 79.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, there's no checklist. We never came across a
That's
checklist,
right,
did
there
we?
was no checklist.
The highest number I have over here is in the 70s.
Okay.
So we'll see 76, 77,
See what we can come up with.
74, 72,
Yeah, I got some 70s.
73, 70,
Whoa, far?
71.
This is so exciting to listen to this count.
Yeah, just listen to numbers.
I wish I could count in other languages, but I'm not very.
No, I don't know. Once you get past 10,
I can
I'm
do it
done.
fast, in English. So.
in French, I think I can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Wheat,
7,
nerf,
8, 9, 10.
I don't know.
And I forget what 11 is. What, 71,
Yeah,
72,
award in
74,
high school.
75.
Languages.
Shut up. Which language?
French.
I got the French award in high school.
How about that?
And we share the same birthday.
How about that? I have that same love for tiki stuff.
What I've got, the last one I have here is number 77.
Okay, that's I have over here too.
And so I'm missing right now in the 70, 75.
Versing with the-
So if you see 75 or 8, we're looking for number 8 and number 75.
we're already looking for those two.
Yeah.
75 or 8.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we know that we've got some apparent gaps that we're seeking
Mm-hmm.
to fill at this point. 75 or 8.
Hey, there's another number 1.
Oh, we did pass it.
Yeah, we just
Yes,
looked
I
overlooked
get
it.
one.
Yeah.
You don't know how bad I wanted one.
That's so awesome. Well, Lucas, while we're doing
I was
this,
gonna put the one I found in my pocket, but
here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a total jerk.
Oh,
And
you
I'm
changed
gonna-
the rules.
No, I'm going to let you keep sorting there while I show off some other
Oh
things.
yeah, go ahead, man.
real quick.
Go ahead, do it.
Since my friend Shaz is here in the chat, there was a
Oh,
great
hello,
con-
Shazzle.
there was a great controversy
Oh, there it is.
last time when we talked about should I open or not, and for the celebratory 100 subscriber live feed. But now it's not a controversy at all because you
That's right.
acquired some extras of
I
these,
did. I've got a great hookup with a buddy of mine, a collecting group we're members of, and he took care of us.
and so that was awesome. So now I'm definitely going to open that up. But then to go along with
Do it, man. Show them.
this cat here, little baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda.
Lucas also has now hooked me up with that cat right there.
That's right.
And I'm really excited about this because I want to tell you something. I know they've got him in his Beskar coming out
Oh, yeah,
soon,
I'm stoked about
you know, and I think it looks great. I love this look more than I love the Beskar look for a
Okay.
figure. I think I just like the
Is it
It's a little
because
more
the
colorful.
Beskar looks so much like maybe Django and stuff we've already seen?
maybe, but I also just like the color scheme here. You know, it's not all
Rugged.
silver and black. Yeah, so I'm excited to have the Mandalorian and the Child on the shelf next to one another.
So, are you going to put him? So, which are you opening both?
They're all getting open.
All right, there you
Yeah,
go.
they're all getting open. I'm not going to open this one necessarily right now,
Right, but this
but
guy-
I had said this. Now Shaz Bazaar doesn't like the idea of ripping open
Oh, I heard
a
he's
figure.
got like a science to it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Exacto knife type situation.
Yeah.
Or?
hmm Michael Nip says maybe service merchandise to buy Star Wars stuff. Yes,
Oh, cool. That's it.
yes, service merchandise. I do vaguely remember. I remember one time being at a service merchandise
You're looking for 8.
and seeing some. Yes,
Got 8.
awesome. Let me go ahead and throw that in here.
There's 8.
Oh, great, perfect.
And 77 for sure.
75.
75. Okay, that's right.
So, all right. So we've got 1 through 9 locked and loaded. Should we try to put the puzzle together too?
What time is it?
I don't know. I know you've got to go. It's after 2 o'clock.
I got split by 3. So we're good.
Okay. All right.
Good.
So
We're on the East Coast.
here we go, ladies and so we've got to open this, and I'm going to make Shaz mad by doing it this way. He says use a knife and get up under there,
Yeah. He uses a fingernail.
right there. That's not a bad open, by the
No,
way.
that was pretty good. You didn't
That
like-
was a smooth open.
What's the deal with this?
This thing here,
Yeah, all the like the Black Series, everything now has those little. Is it just?
it's the safety stuff.
Oh, I'm glad it's there because I would have
Yeah.
tried to eat some of those accessories, but luckily that paper's there to keep me on track.
Yeah, do not eat, but it says it in multiple
This is
languages.
coming from a guy just ate 40-year-old.
That's true. By the way, how about that? How about 40-year-old gum eater over here like, I don't need to be told not to eat dangerous things. Hey, 40-year-old gum.
It's like Elf.
Who do they think I am? Do I need to be reminded to eat? No. let me step back in the chat here. Will we see him paint his armor next season? Maybe. Bruce Banner, what's up, Lucas Ricardo?
Lucas Ricardo.
Is that Ricardo from the group?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, what's up, Ricardo?
What's up, Ricardo?
Thanks for joining us. Just rip it.
Rip it.
Silica gel is not for your hair. That's true as well. Shaz, he did eat the gum.
I did. I'll do another one right here.
Well, don't do another one.
Why? I'm still here.
Right now,
I'm still here.
Lucas. That's like when someone takes
Here's another
a
thing.
headache pill and they're like, it doesn't work. Well, it takes a minute.
Well, it's been what 30 minutes.
No, it hasn't been 30 minutes. What are you, a child?
I'm thinking Superman time.
I'm so- By now, it's been many thousands of your years.
Okay, I won't eat another one.
So there he is. He's out of the pack. I'm going to pull him off the bubble here.
Steve should eat a piece, but that's just
I'm not eating the gum. I'm very weird about like what I enjoy doing, and one of those things is I don't enjoy sticking things that I may not enjoy in my mouth. So, yeah.
43. No,
Wow. I don't understand, honestly, for modern figures, some of these joints, the way they do mold
I'm just afraid I'll break.
the joints and stuff. I don't understand. That's my thing. I feel like I'm getting ready to
I
break
haven't
them.
opened mine. I put him in a star case. But my boys, they got one for them, and they
Yeah.
open it. So he's already had all kinds of missions up in my 8-year-old's room.
Nice.
The other day, he was in the hover tank.
Oh, wow. He stole a hover tank, huh?
Yeah, he stole a hover tank. There was a whole big deal about Darth Maul got out and got the Imaginext trophy, Archer's treasure, and
The Imaginext trophy.
Yes, I mean, these worlds were blending. It was great.
That's awesome. Now, the hover tank is not a Star Wars thing?
No, it is. I'm
Okay.
just saying that he used some of the Imaginext stuff along with it. So.
Mm.
Yeah, so
All right. So I am putting his
I don't have
gun
any 20s over here at all.
in his holster. You don't have any 20s?
don't
I
have
got a
many.
few.
Oh, I
I've
better
left
pick up
you.
my
I've
list.
left you
You're
sorting.
fine. And I've been over here trying to.
When you used
I
to
got a lot of
sort,
teams.
when you used to get cards back in the day when you were doing your sports stuff, did
Yeah.
you sort them by the number or would you sort by team?
I did teams.
Okay.
I always sorted the Cardinals first.
Yeah, okay, because you're a Cardinals fan.
There, outside of the Yankees, 11 World Series championships. I'm just saying.
So they're the most
In the
outside the.
National League. In the National League.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Well,
I'm not just saying that. I'm just. Yeah, I am. It's the truth.
How many of those did you help them win?
Let's see. I was born in '76.
Right.
I helped them win. Let's see, 82, 2006, and 2011. I helped them win 3. So there's that. Oh, is he standing? You need one of those little.
I need a stand.
You usually have a plethora. Or you may have got rid of a lot.
I got rid of my stands,
Steve was
unfortunately.
so good. When he sold off his stuff, he also sold sand, so other collectors could make the most of their
Yeah.
conditions.
Let me fiddle with him over here. Oh,
Fiddling fiddlers.
he's not. It's just this mat. He's not
Well,
taken
it's
to.
kinda gotta give to it.
Yeah.
So I'm still looking for 75, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
Now the other thing I want to do is because it got asked about
Uh-oh.
is I'm actually gonna pull out the blue box here.
Do it. Do the blue box.
So I don't want to get in your way.
You're fine.
As you can see, this is really close up of it, but it's old blue. I mean, this was a tackle box. The trays have been removed. There's holes in the side where the little trays that would go up and down
Look at
used to
this.
be.
Oh, I see some Star Wars. I see the
So,
blue Superman.
Yeah, there's the. So what's actually
Boom, 75.
nice? All right, so I've got the first 10 and the last 8 ready to rock and roll. First 9.
Number 75. Repeat. 75 has been found.
I think I
On
saw.
a base, I found them.
Repeat. I found
them.
base. This is Echo 2.
Oh, I'll
171.
try to get it right.
Or is he Echo 3?
I don't remember, honestly.
Rogue 2. He's Rogue 2.
Rogue 2?
Echo base. This is Rogue
Rogue
2.
2.
I found them. Repeat. I found them. So what I have in here is these are old Superman cards. These are ones that I've had out since I was a kid carrying around. There's a Force Cast card. I don't know how that got in there. But also what's in here is I was sent a few years back. Someone was kind enough to send me just boo-koodles of cards. David Lohrmeyer and Jared Pryor both sent
Boo-koodles?
just a whole bunch of cards.
What is that? What language is that?
It's French and something else.
Hey, you got an award for that.
That's right. So did you, sir.
I should have been able to identify.
Merci.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci. Bonjour. I was really excited when the Bare Naked Ladies did that song 1 week and they say we're dans la maison.
Hey, Ricardo can help us.
It means we're in the house, I think.
Oh.
Um, Here's some of my original Batman cards that I collected as a kid. I had almost all of them.
All the 89s that we were
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, we went through our box and we had our arrangement where Steve would get the first set of extras, and he turned them down because he has.
Because I have so many
Actually,
Batman
I
cards.
was missing one, and you had it.
I did, yeah.
Number 39.
Yeah.
I was so thankful.
Yeah, I pulled it out.
Yeah,
So
that was awesome.
I never saw this movie as a kid because my mom wouldn't let us go see it because Madonna was in it. But Dick Tracy cards I collected.
It was on my watch list to add that to the mix of this. So
Oh.
I didn't realize that'd be something you would be interested in. I love that.
It's a great set. These were some of the first real glossy finish cards that I remember having.
Okay.
And so they were a fun thing. Here are a couple of Empire Strikes Back cards. These are what I was trying to talk about on the 40th Empire show. But you can see all of
You were
the...
trying.
You can see how fuzzy the edges are and everything. And then on the
That was a
back...
good show. Those that haven't listened to it, it's a good one.
Well, this one doesn't have my name on the back. Come on, Mom. What are you doing?
Liar.
Well, my mom let me down on that one.
It was cool. You gave your mom serious props. She was a serious ordering food. Well, you said
She was a catalog ordering fool back in the day. You can see that S right there on top. And this is why I won't get rid of these things. I mean, like my mom wrote my name on them, for crying out loud. So here's something pretty cool. Now you can see this is a busted up card. These were Burger King promotional cards. I'd love to find these. They were talking about the Wonder Bread cards, but Burger King did these cards and they came perforated. They were on sheets and they were perforated.
Or you've already sorted those?
No, I haven't sorted those. And they were perforated, and you had to pull them apart. But they had Star Wars and Empire. I don't think they ever did Return of the Jedi. Weird Cantina Patrons. That's the name of that card.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Original name.
36 different cards in the Everybody Wins game. So you can say
Found
them.
Another one.
We just kept skipping over number one, didn't we?
We've had 3 so far. So.
Yoda the Jedi Master. So everybody, so there's nothing on the back except saying everybody wins. You can say that. I don't know what you won, but I definitely remember these. Let's see what else is in here. Some old Marvel cards, some of my original collection Marvel cards.
So.
And these are some that were sent to me that I didn't know existed. These are Indiana Jones, Young Indiana Jones Chronicles
So
cards.
hopefully, as we continue this new little venture, that we'll be running into some of these wax boxes.
Yes.
Doing over, 'cause
The thing is, there's a lot of them that are very expensive. Like you can't buy Star Wars wax boxes. Oh yeah, the Icy Peril.
yeah, I'll show that again. Ooh,
Yeah, nice. You're right in there.
Yes.
But yeah, so a lot of these are pretty expensive. So we're just kind of playing it by ear. We're going to do some fun stuff and everything. And
Do a spoiler for the next one, or we need to wait?
I don't know which one we're going to do. Which one are we going to do? Were you going to do the Cosmic or the?
Well, I was thinking we just stick with.
We're going to go on to number 2.
You want to do that, or do you want to go to the wars?
I thought we might go to the wars.
Let's
I thought
do it.
I
So,
figured you'd be ready to go to
I'm
the
ready
wars.
To go to the wars.
Yeah. So you've got a wax box of Return of the Jedi
Return of
cards.
the Jedi, yes. So that'll be our next wax box, whatever day.
Yeah, whenever we do it, we'll be opening a wax box Return of the Jedi cards.
No, you're set into a tight schedule here.
Yeah. So all right. So I need to get back to
Get back to
helping
sorting
you
here.
out here. So
I'm trying here.
yeah. So real quick, let me see where we're at on the teens.
Everybody, look at Superman's hand right there. All right, now you get slapped in the back of the neck.
You need to come back up a little bit. Yeah. He looks like he's about to thump him in the head, doesn't he?
Well, my boys are always doing the sign at the home. Look here, Dad, and then they slap you.
Oh, the circle game. Yeah.
When I was a kid, the circle game was if you could break the circle or something like that.
Right.
You're clear.
Right.
And if it was above your head or above your shoulders, it was not valid.
Right.
My kids are like, oh no, it doesn't matter. The new rules.
Oh no, that's not how it works at all.
No, you can just anytime.
And then when I was a youth pastor, my kids were doing the circle game, but they had other things they would do with their hands too. Well, I'll show you in a moment here.
Just don't hit me.
Well, they wouldn't do the hit; they just say "kill you."
Killed you?
Yeah. So they did the thing, the
Okay.
circle game. Then they would do this.
What is that?
Yeah, they do this, or then,
They do this.
or they, or they would just do this.
Okay.
You just point if they caught them pointing in the palm of their hand.
Okay.
Really weird. So 11, 12,
This was
13,
before the
14,
invention of the internet.
15, 16. All right, I'm missing. No, I'm not. 17, 18. 19. All right, I've got everything from 1 to 19.
Oh, nice.
So we're doing all right there.
Another icy peril.
I see peril. I see France.
I see.
Wait,
No.
that's not right.
Never mind.
That's not how that old rhyme goes.
Negative.
So anyhow,
We got a good
so
look.
if you guys would like to see us do some things, just let us know what you'd like to see us do, and we'll.
Or if you want to buy a wax box and send it to us,
Well,
put it
no, I'm
for
not
you.
saying that.
Oh, I
Oh,
said
Shaz sent me a picture of his Wonder Bread.
that. Oh, that you guys
deal.
were talking about the
Yeah,
other
let me
night.
see if I can get this on the screen there. Look at that.
Is this the one he ordered or he had?
I'm not sure.
That's really cool.
Yeah. I never had the Wonder Bread cards, so I was not familiar with them at all.
Him and Jimmy Mack talking about it on
Yeah.
the 40th.
Right.
So,
It was a fun show.
yeah.
If you haven't tuned in, I think that's episode
It just recently dropped, didn't it?
157.
As far as the...
I think I tried to get it out on the very next day.
Yeah, it was out pretty quick. But you haven't had a... It's the most recent Geek Out Loud, right?
Right. Yeah. Later tonight, if you're watching this live, we're doing Rock Out Loud.
Oh.
We're going to be covering the Def Leppard album Slang, which is one of their more maligned albums because of the era in which it came out. But it's actually a really good record or good album.
Plug that you got there.
Not that we do records anymore.
Records. You know, that's what they were doing at the beginning of the movie of Superman. You remember?
Playing records, yeah. They're
Yeah,
going to.
it's
You want to go
cleaning up
listen to
after
some
practice.
records?
Hey,
Yeah.
go listen to that. Oh, yeah. Look, you got all this to do over
Ken can't come. He's got all the clean up. What are you talking about? I just did that.
Dude, he puts that football in orbit.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it as a kid. I was like, oh.
What's really cool, you know, they shot that out of an air cannon that was kind of right
We have
underneath the
something.
thing.
See something here. Look,
So-
he's doing it. Everybody, is that good?
No, you need to back up.
Back up. Here we are.
Back it up. Here, let me do this.
Where
Now,
are we at now?
come on up.
There.
Come on up.
How about now? And now, is this better? One.
I hate that.
So you can just be.
We
giving
need
me
something. What we need is something to lean it on.
a piece of gum.
No, like,
Here, put that on there.
yeah. Let's see if that works.
Those that joined us late. No better.
Oh, that didn't help at all. That was terrible. That really got a glare there. Let's see if we can back. this.
Okay, all right.
Sorry, everybody.
We didn't want you just looking at the bottom. of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do better.
We're learning.
Where's the box? Let me
Oh,
hold the box.
just put this guy up there.
Oh yeah, this was a birthday present from
There we
Lucas.
go. There we are. One of the joys of sharing a birthday with a good friend. Whatever I want, I'll just buy another one.
Yeah, so 2021, 20 I need 22, 24.
All right, we'll see what I got. Here's 24.
Oh, nice.
All right. There's 30s. You needed 22, you said?
Yeah, I need a lot of 20s, so
Okay, well, I got a lot. We're just going to go through it.
I'll go through. So anyhow, we'll probably just let you know at a later date if we got the whole set instead of making you guys just sit here and look at cards. That nothing moving. This is not great video, I understand. So, thanks everyone for joining us. I'll try to get better with this and figure out a better way to do it. And let's see. Nice figure. That is a cool figure. It's a Hallmark ornament.
Yeah. Oh, play it. You got your batteries in yours?
Do you think they'll let me?
Oh, I don't know. There you go.
Yeah.
It's good
So
enough.
yeah, fair use.
Yeah. I just pushed the button.
Yeah, fair use. Fair use. Guys, thanks so much for joining with us. It's good times. These are the ones he ordered. Shaz says the things. So the Wonder Bread cards.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
So next
thanks for
time,
hanging with us.
Return of the Jedi when we do the wax packs.
That's right. We'll do wax packs with Return of the Jedi, which means we'll be talking Return of the Jedi.
Yes.
We'll be looking at pictures from Return of the Jedi. By the time you get to Return of the Jedi on the cards, the trading cards, Topps has kind of dialed it in pretty well.
And maybe we'll dial in ours.
And so there's, let's not promise anything we can't deliver.
Promises.
Yeah, but I would like to get better at this. And Stuffy's been trying to give me some advice and stuff. And of course, I won't ever listen to him when he does. Oh, I wonder if that will. Let's see how that looks. Let's see that shot. That's a lot better.
There you go. So
Yeah.
yeah. Done that from the onset.
Let's
Is
see.
it onset or offset?
Onset. Onset is from the start. Offset is when you have this expense offsets that expense.
Very good.
So
Ladies and gentlemen, we like to educate
So-
the masses here at Geek Out Loud. That's brought
So-
to you free.
so yeah, word vocabulary lessons with Stephen Lucas.
That's right.
Yeah, let's really try to end on
do
a
it.
get that
Oh!
so it covers
Is it
up.
Jedi?
Well, what's going to happen is There we go. So
Oh, I can't even do that.
I wish I had my Christopher Reeve Superman doll out right now. That'd be good to put in the
would've been
background. Yeah.
We'll learn.
We'll use all this.
Action figures next time.
I guess we'll use all this as the thumbnail. Yeah, we're definitely. Oh, you think we're not going to pull out some action
yeah.
figures next time? They're
Right.
Yeah, if you think that, we'll emphasize on that for sure. So, thanks everyone for joining. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you all around the Golaverse.